Hey, so I want to make this video because my last video that I made, it was I was struggling. I really was. And I didn't know why. I mean, there was a lot of things I had going on. And anyways, it all turned around within the span of a day. So, this is just taking like as if you'd seen the other video, right? So the point is that my car is in the shop, and so then it ended up taking an extra couple days because the seals or something didn't show up, and so they couldn't put it back together. And so I found myself without a car for a couple of days, so traveling on foot. I mean, on the first day I was traveling on my skateboard, but I decided to walk around. I think it's just better for me, just to make sure that I don't strain any parts of my body, because I'm going to do this. I'm going to New York tomorrow, right? And so like yesterday, I wasn't feeling good, in my belly. I've been kind of like getting down on the food stuff because I haven't because I'm going away. And so I just eat what I have, and I was eating a bit of this and a bit of that, and I tell you, I wasn't having good bowel movements. And so it tells you something, like, how are you supposed to feel good if like what's going on the inside is not healthy, for what it's worth. And so anyways, long story short, I think, and I did a little bit of research too, I think I was eating too much nuts. Because it's just so easy to stick, like, say, a cup of cashews in water. You soak them for a little while, and then you can make a dip out of them and eat them with veggies and things like that, and have a nice raw meal. But a cup of cashews seems to be too much. That amount of fat and stuff in there, it's just not sitting with my belly. And I also learned that, so I like Brazil nuts, but then I read, because in my research of eating nuts, can you eat too many nuts? And they say you can, if you eat too many Brazil nuts, you can get too much selenium in your system. I don't know, I can't remember the exact term that they use for it, but I was eating them by the handful, and they say you're only supposed to eat like a few a day. And so big mistake there. Anyways, learned a lesson. And so don't eat. You can't go nuts on nuts. You have to be careful with that stuff. And I've heard this before. I just have Kitty here, so I'm just petting the kitty. And so, huge thing there. And then also, the sun came the next day. I mean, I kind of struggled that one day, but then yesterday the sun came, and so I had an opportunity to sit in the sun for at least an hour and just starfish in the sun, soaking up those good rays, and with my feet on the ground too. I think in my sadness, I think I might have spent about 2 minutes on Instagram, and I came across a post or whatever that somebody posted, and it was about grounding, just how like it happens so fast that it's hard to measure, because the second you step onto the ground, there's an exchange of electrons or this or that or whatever, however it works anyways. And so that, and it makes sense. I mean, to be in nature, like I feel like I'm struggling living in a house, in a room, because I go in there and it's like living in like a cave, and it's like I look outside and it's sunny and beautiful, and then I go into my room where it's my room, but it's not out here, it's not this, right? And so I think I've been just like I'm a wild animal who has been stuck inside of a cage, or not in a cage, but self-isolating inside of a room. And I needed to do my studyings and stuff like this, right? There was certainly a reason for it, but moving forward, enough of that. And so got to get out into nature more, got to get hands and feet on the ground more with the trees and stuff like that. Even though I have plants in my room, it's not enough. I need to be way closer to nature, way more immersed in the natural world for what it's worth. I think so I stopped 100%, stopped eating nuts just for a few days, just to let my body reset, right? It's not like I've cut them out of my diet, but I'm going to just cut them down, and not so much. And then, earthing on the ground, grounding, and then just being in nature, and then sun on the skin. I think that I was starving from these things, starving from nature, starving from vitamin D, starving from just food in general, because I was eating too many nuts and it was just going through my system. Oh, mister. Hey, you want to see the kitty? Pick the kitty up. Misters. The big dude. You're on camera. Sorry, buddy, but you were here. So he didn't go anywhere. He's having a good time. And then the other thing too, because my car was gone, and so I was like here at the house, and it's like, okay, well, it's a beautiful sunny day, and I have no food because I've been eating all my food before I go. I mean, nothing fresh, and I eat a raw food diet, which means I subsist primarily on whole, fresh, raw, ripe, organic fruits and vegetables. And so I was like, okay, well, I gotta go for a walk. So I walked down to Save On Foods, which is, I don't know, probably takes about an hour to get there. And I live up on a hill, like a big hill, it takes a few minutes to drive up, never mind walk up. It probably takes 15, 20, when I at the bottom of the hill to the top to home, it's like probably takes half an hour or something. It's a good hoof anyways. And so getting that exercise, and then I just felt reborn after all of this, like eating the proper diet, not too much nuts, not going nuts on nuts, and so getting so then of course and then I made a juice. All I had was carrots. So instead of like combining all of these like different things and making a melange, like a mix of stuff, I just ate very simply, more like very close to mono meals, and certainly without all the nuts and that, and just like it was easier for my body to digest, and it just turned around everything in no time. Within that day, I went from feeling terrible, looking in the mirror and being like, holy cow, I mean, I look bagged. I was just like, I look tired, I look sick, I look like a sick animal who has been like trapped in a cage that I created for myself, right? To the person that you see sitting in front of you, feeling vibrant and happy and connected and tuned in, all that kind of stuff. And so just what a huge transformation with just making a few little changes. And what a beautiful thing it is too, just the way that it all worked out, the way that the cookie crumbled. It just kind of unfolded naturally, so that I got to not have a car, so I got to go for a walk, so I had time to sit in the sun and to really, I mean, it's been good, and to not be able to just go and get food or whatever, so I kind of had to eat in a certain way. I mean, it all really worked out very, very nicely for me, and I'm very grateful. So I thought I would just make this little video about it, kind of like update, and just because I know that video I was really struggling, and then now that my spirits are lifted, kitty, stop that. Hey, mister, you roll over there, silly. And now that my spirits are lifted, that my energy is in a bit of a higher vibration, I feel so much better about all of the things that I have to do that are on my plate. Like building the van, it's like, no, I can handle this. I just have to order this one thing, and then I got an electrician buddy that's going to help me out, and it's like this whole New York thing is going to be fun. And like the yoga thing, this book that I am reading by the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali by Edwin F. Bryant is a gem. if I would, and I am listening to this on Audible, it's a gem. If you are into this kind of stuff, it is, I have read the one by Swami Satchitananda. It's got a blue cover, anyways. That guy, and I've actually listened to it a couple times on Audible, and there's something about it that just doesn't resonate with me. I got through it 1.25 times, and I was like, I just don't want to hear it anymore. I don't appreciate his commentary, the way that it's all put forward and stuff like that. There's some energy there that is not, it doesn't resonate with me, and so I was just like, nope. But this one, that guy, it's so good. I'm glad that it's 30 hours, because it's just like, he is just the man. I don't know anything about this person, but I tell you, it is so good. It is on my list of books that I will sell when I start my business and stuff like that come next month or whatever. And that's another thing too, like, just saying that I just feel so much better about absolutely everything, because my body's healthy. It's like I'm not starved of exercise and nutrients and sunshine and connection to the natural world, because that's the thing, I really have a wildness in me that seems like it doesn't get nurtured by sitting inside of a box with lights on and a window open separate from it all. It does not work for me. It doesn't feed my soul. It gets me from point A to point B. Sometimes I need to be there, but back once again I am so looking forward to finishing this van and moving in and just living in nature all of the time. Not all of the time, but you know what I mean. A whole lot more by having a recreational vehicle that I can enjoy and live in for extended periods of time, because it has all of the systems that are installed in it. So that's just amazing. And I tell you something, that van, at times, because it's been very expensive, buying solar, all the electrical, like just all of the little pieces, it's expensive. Like the fridge, very expensive. And at times, just with like everything, like with this yoga stuff, with so many things that I'm doing, and it's just like, oh man, why are you doing this? Like with the essay that I wrote. But it's really, I've just to put it in plain words, I've followed my heart. I've had faith. I could tell intuitionally that what I was doing was the right thing. I could tell in my heart, there's like I can't justify it all. I can't rationalize it. I can't spell it out necessarily per se, right? I can't. But something is telling me, just keep going. Just don't worry about it. Don't think about it. You will get beyond this. And when you do, you're going to look back and say, aha, that was how. That was how I got from there to here, is because I didn't worry myself. I didn't concern myself. I just had faith. I knew from something deep inside that was telling me that I was doing the right thing, and I just did it, and now it's awesome. So that is just another little piece of my process that I'm very happy to share. Very happy to feel health, and vibrancy and radiancy and vitality, virility, like it's my manliness, is back in me. And I'm feeling very good and super stoked to go to New York tomorrow. So I just need my car back, and then I can go do some of the running around that needs to get done. But anyway, awesome. Yeah. I still don't know how to finish these videos sometimes, but yeah. Anyways, awesome. That'll do for now. Take care.